Hey, everybody. It's
Hello.
Jen. I am here with an amazing woman today. So excited. She is an integral part of my life and has been for several years. But last week, I talked to you guys about five just quick ways that you can invest in yourself to have a healthier, better 2022. And 80% of the things that I talked about are things that she is an expert in. She is really the pro. So I'm just so happy. I thought it was a perfect segue to have her on this week to kind of talk about it. So definitely goal setting, nutrition, exercise, and rest. She is definitely a pro for that. So this is Ms. Jecenta Obie. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for inviting me, Crystalline. I really appreciate that. Just to introduce myself, my name is Jecenta Obie. I am the head trainer at E3 Fitness, NC, located in Chapel Hill off of 5510 Barbie Chapel Road. And yeah, I'm just a trainer there, but I help in a lot of different ways. A lot of people, kind of segue into and what you just talked about. It's more than just fitness. We have what we call goal assessment meetings where you kind of really dig deep into nutrition or certain things that you have that you're setting goals for, that is not just I want to lose weight or gain weight, or it could be I want to get better at a push-up, or I want to get better form on something else. So when I get to the gym, I don't have to constantly ask questions and stuff like that. So it's, kind of all in one, and it's really a truly, effective exercise for everybody. So
I love that. I love that. And that's, something that you guys, you're just you're so creative. You're
thank you.
caring. It's like you really do, take that time. Like you said, form, that is huge. You're really big on making sure that that's right, and I believe that, you guys don't have as many injuries as we necessarily see in other places just because you're so big on that. And so, there are certain things that, people in the gym, will have questions about, or even when I post things about working out, the people got questions, Jecenta.
Right.
So I wanted to have you on today to kind of answer some of those questions
I am
that
here
people
for them
have,
all.
just to let the people know. But before that, I really want you to share about your fitness journey, why you're so passionate about what you do, because one of the key things that stands out to me about you, besides the fact you're just overall amazing and beautiful spirit, is that you're so relatable. And I can remember number one, I didn't like to work out. That's number one. Let's just put that out there. Number two, when I did, work out, it was always by myself. Like if I went to a gym, I would just walk on a treadmill or do the elliptical or something like that, because I always felt kind of insecure and like, oh, I'm not going to enjoy a group setting. And so part of that was because I felt like the trainers, like, it was almost like they woke up like this, like they were naturally born skinny, they never had to struggle with food or any of that kind of stuff. And something that I love about you is your relatability, and that you can understand, where we are from the beginning and all the way through, and you're still on that journey. So tell us about that.
Yes. Well, I could go back far, but I'll just say it really started after I had my son, Jordan. I saw that my weight was just creeping up, and it stayed, instead of coming back down, it stayed up. And I have family history of high blood pressure, diabetes, thyroidism, all of that, runs in my family. And so as I was continuing to gain weight and be there, I would go to the doctors, and they were just saying, hey, Jecenta, you really need to do something. And I knew, because of my family history, I kept feeling that, as my son grew older, it was like, I want to be able to run after him, and not feel tired, or, run up the steps and not feel exhausted. But at that point in time, it was just like a cycle of just me eating, not really caring, like having it in the back of my mind where, I'm living this unhealthy lifestyle, but not really knowing, how to start or what to
Mm-hmm.
do, you know? And, you know, it was just, I remember like yesterday, I got this Groupon with my sister, and that started our journey. We said, hey, we're going to do this, and we started going to a gym together. And like you said, it's hard when you go to the gym, especially by yourself, and or if you have an accountability partner and they don't show up, you don't know what to do. For the longest, like you said, I went on the treadmill. I maybe went 30 minutes. I maybe went 45 minutes. I maybe went an hour and a half because I was like, hey, I really need to burn this amount of calories. I had
Mm-hmm.
that mindset where I have to burn so many calories for me to leave, and sometimes I would be there for hours just doing that. And I never went on the strength went on the strength side because I didn't know what to do, and so that's when I started trying to get into group fitness. But like you said, I was really kind of intimidated to start because I like kind of went in the back, because as you said, nowadays we see trainers and it's intimidating, the way that they look, the way that they are. And I was kind of in the back, not really knowing what to do. They would push me, and it was that kind of push in that community from the people that I built myself around that kind of helped elevate me to want to do a little bit more. I fell in love with fitness. I fell in love with just being a healthier version of me. Once I started, it wasn't really about, oh, just you have to eat right, you have to do this. But once I started feeling a lot better, I went to the doctor, I didn't have that high blood pressure. I didn't have my blood levels were normal again. And it's like, it was that commitment to say, hey, I want to live a healthier lifestyle, not only for my son, but for me as well. And then to be around people that are like-minded that felt the same way, that just elevated me to want to do something more with my life than just doing it for me, So that's kind of with the push of a lot of other people, including you, Crystalline. I fell in love with fitness and fell in love with nutrition. And, here I am now, years later, inspiring others. It's not about, and I tell people, it's not about being a certain weight or being, this skinny or this, bulky. If you want to, get lean muscles, it's about the mindset. And I tell people all the time, it really is having that mindset of, regardless of if I fall off every single day, getting back on. And that's what it's all about, because we're the journey, you're going to go up and you're going to go down and you're going to go up and you're going to go down. But if you always have that mindset, regardless, then the next day it's going to get easier and easier, So I try to help, of course I run a studio. So, we work on fitness, but it's all about, I try to have that mindset for people to know that, just to get back up the next day and just do it again, regardless of what happens, whether it's a good day or a bad day. So
I love that.
thank
Yes,
you.
that is the truth. And like you said, you're in a fitness studio, but that what you're teaching applies to life, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like, I mean, every time, just get back up and do it again,
yeah,
and as long as you do that, you're bound to succeed. It's gonna,
yeah,
it may take some time, it's gonna take some time.
yeah,
And that's okay, because we have, as long as we're living, it's like the time is there. So we might as well use it, be productive. So I love that
yeah.
mindset, because it's like, it's the same way in business. It
Mhm.
doesn't just go straight up, it goes down, it
Right,
may flatten out, may go way down, it may go way up,
right,
so it's like
right.
you can use that same principle to life in general. So I really
Mhm.
love that, that you're really helping to build people with kind of from the inside out, because it's like
Mhm.
their bodies are getting healthier, so then they feel better, but then they're
Yeah,
also, their mindset is changing, and then they can take that and apply it to
exactly.
every area of their life and have total success all the way around. So it really is, that's why I tell people, for me, starting my day off with you is not just about the workout part.
Yeah.
That's really important, but it's also, I mean, you've been my counselor, you've been,
Mhm.
you provided that community and space,
Yeah.
that it's like, you don't feel judged. It's
Yeah.
just a totally different experience. You feel comfortable to be yourself,
Mhm.
because you've really taught me, like, it's not about the size, it's about really just the ability, the ability of your limbs, just being able to do
Mhm.
something. And a lot of people still have questions like, oh my gosh, well, I can't do all that running, or I can't, my knees won't tolerate this, my joints
Mhm.
don't like that. So
Mhm.
I'm going to ask you a little bit about that.
Yeah,
So E3, effective exercise for everyone. Is
exactly.
that, tell us the inside scoop on that. What is it really that?
Yes, it is truly effective exercise for everyone. We come from the mindset where we want to be able to reach people, the young as well as the old, men as well as women, everybody, all aspects of people. And the only way that you can do that is to develop a program where there are many different levels to that, exercises or whatever that we're doing, but everybody can do it together, So what we develop a 45-minute program where whatever exercise we're doing, whether it's conditioning or whether it's strength based, there's always what we call different modifications for that exercise. So if we're doing running and you can't run, that's fine. You give me some, modification would be stationary high knees. If you can't have that jarring, we can do something else where you do something side to side like Heisman's, if it's a strength based exercise and you have, you've had knee surgery, if it's leg day or something like that, we'll take pressure off your knees and have it more of like hamstring movements and stuff like that, and glute movements, whether it's, and not as many squats. So you always have that option. And I tell people all the time, the reason why I'm there, yes, I'm the trainer, but that's what I'm here for. Some people will, when they first come in, they're like, oh, I don't want to ask, you for this and that. I'm like, that is why I'm here. Always feel free to ask me, because I want you as the client to have the most effective exercise and workout possible. And that's the only way that you're going to be able to do that, is if you can do everything on your level. Everybody's at a different level, and understanding that one, and knowing that as long as you go on your level, then hey, that's all it's about.
Yes, 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 yes. So I love that. So y'all hear that? It's effective exercise for everybody. She's got you. So
Yes.
even when I post crazy videos and you're just
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, what are you doing on the wall? That doesn't have to be you, but there
Yeah.
is something for you that is
Yeah.
going to be a workout that's effective on your level. You're still going to get
Mhm.
a great workout. So y'all, you hear it, Chapel
Yeah.
Hill, y'all come on out. RDU Triangle area, y'all come on.
Yeah.
So that is awesome.
I love
So
it.
tell me a little bit about as far as now that you're in love with fitness.
Mhm.
I can say I'm committed to fitness, and I'm in love with the community.
I love it, Crystal.
So that I keep showing up. But you're in love with fitness. So what's your favorite exercise or favorite type of
Mhm.
exercise?
Mhm.
You know, that type.
Okay. Well, I mean, it would be you asked me on a different day, it could be different. So when we're thinking about like conditioning exercises, I would say my favorite conditioning exercise is a burpee, any form of a burpee. Now, do I love it? That's a different story, but it is my favorite to do to condition my body.
Mm.
The different forms of burpees, I can do them all. Now, if we're doing strength-based exercises, I love a good deadlift. Um,
Mm.
that's my favorite leg day. If I had to choose between leg day and arm day, it would be leg day, and it would be a deadlift. I could do that all day.
Got you. Okay. Okay. And I know you love med balls in there too.
So anything with the well, if you want to ask me what is my favorite protocol, it is metabolic conditioning.
Hmm.
And I have to throw a medicine ball in there at all times. So if you come to class and you see Metcon, and there's a medicine ball. Now, like Crystalline has pointed out, it's for everybody. So you don't have to necessarily, if you're at home and you don't have a medicine ball, hey, because we do virtual, you don't have to have a medicine ball. There are other things that you can do to supplement, and there's always things that I can give you for that. But that, yes, is my favorite type of thing to do. It could be any type of wall balls, it could be slams, it could be anything with a medicine ball.
That's hilarious. And y'all caught that. So even the excuse of I'm not local, I
Yes.
can't get there, I don't want to be around people, I'm not quite ready, I still want to just be to myself, I'm still not comfortable with group fitness. You can be a part of the group at your own location.
Yes.
So whether it's your house, whether you're on a business trip, wherever. So that's something else that I love, love, love is that it's not just virtual when the gym is physically not open. Like you always have that as an option every day of the week that there's camp, and they're recorded. So even if you wanted to do a different exercise protocol on another day, they're available in the library for you.
Correct. Yes, we have. We offer virtual only membership, so we have quite a bit of just virtual only works. You guys, they're just online, so and not all in the same state. So we offer that, and we offer. If you are a member at our gym, you can Zoom or have that virtual option anytime. And so we go live every day, twice a day. And then it, like you said, Crystalline, it is recorded. So then you have a library of all of the workouts that we have ever done. So, yeah.
That is so awesome. To me, that is just like the cherry on top because I mean, life happens, right? And there's always going to be some reason why, oh, I overslept, my schedule just won't accommodate that today. But honestly, they've taken all the excuses out. Like there's just no reason not to do it. It's available to you wherever you are. There are modifications for everything.
Yes.
So there's really just not it's an excuse-free zone.
Yes. I love that, Crystalline.
So I am loving that. That is awesome to me. I'm trying to think, are there any other questions that people have asked me? Let's see. Well, do you have to have gym equipment because you guys have a studio, so it's not going to look like what people necessarily think of the gym.
Right.
But tell us about that. Can you have effective exercises without the machines?
Yeah, definitely. I'll say that in kind of two aspects of it. Virtual wise, you may or may not have the same things that we have in the gym. So there's always a sub for what I ask. Say if it's a strength day and we're using a set of weights and sliders. Most of the people have set of weights, but before, right when COVID hit, a lot of people did, and we went virtual. So there are things that you can always, they won't be heavy, but you could do cans of anything, cans of soup, cans of beans. You could do water jugs. You can do gallon of jugs, for weight, or you can do laundry detergent, So anything that you have a set of two of, you can use. And then stuff like things like sliders, we have at the gym. You can sub for paper plates if it's on carpet, or you can sub for dish towels if it's on laminate flooring. So any type of thing, anything that we have in the gym, we give you options at home. And then kind of part two to that is, we don't have machines. And yes, a lot of people like to go inside a box gym, go on that treadmill, go on that leg press, do all of those things, but you can still get an effective exercise with free weights and the equipments that we have. So a lot of times when people are doing, let's see, a hamstring curl on a machine, we can impersonate that with a stability ball, you being on your back on your ground with stability ball, and you bring in your feet in and out. And it's the same type of effective exercise. And you're getting the same workout in. So yes, it is different, but I believe that you have more freedom to do a lot more when you're using those free weights and pieces of equipment that we have, like the stability balls or kettlebells or sliders or mini bands that we have.
Yes, I mean, because you're so passionate, it's like the creativity just flows, every day. It doesn't matter if it says legs and plyo. You don't know what you're going to get. See, when you go to the gym and you're like treadmill, cycle, elliptical, stairmaster, like
Mhm.
you're pretty much going to probably do basically the same types of things every
Mhm.
time. With
Yeah.
this lady right here, you never know what you're going to get. But what you do know is that it's going to be effective.
Yeah.
You know that. And she might, have some equipment out and then add a little bit more if you need it, to
Yes.
make sure that it's really effective. And it really does work. And,
Yeah.
something that I love and kind of like gauge myself on is how, even though I had been, working out once, gyms kind of started opening back up.
Mm-hmm.
But I still, like, a lot of the strength was kind of lost from just, sitting around eating at the house for a few months.
Mm-hmm.
And, so I would kind of gauge myself at first. It's like, my knees, yeah, they were feeling it,
Mm-hmm.
but I've noticed that I've been able to, like, I had to start off with, push-ups again on my knees,
Mm-hmm.
and then now it's like, I'm like, oh, okay, I can do push-ups on my toes again,
Yeah.
even if it's just a couple, even if it's just
Yes.
one.
Yes.
And I feel accomplished because, again, it's like you have just made it so clear that it's all about not looking to the left or the right, but being on your level,
Yeah.
doing what you can do.
Yeah.
And you make it so doable and effective for everybody. And you're so encouraging as you're doing it,
Well, thank you. I try to, and I try to look at myself, when I was a client, there's no expectation coming in terms of trying to pressure you to do anything. Because like I said, you guys are all on different levels. Yes, when I learn you and what you can do, of course, there's encouragement and there's a push to do more as your goals see fit, if that is your goal. But I always try to make it where it's, it's an encouraging kind of, you do what you can do, if, because I was that type of person. And I always tell people all the time in our goal assessment meetings, I was sitting back, scared, doing a bicep curl with a kind of a set of 10s. And I was wondering if they had like a set of 8s, because I was embarrassed because it was heavy. But I was like, I don't want anybody to feel that way. And not that people made me feel that way, but I don't want people to feel like they can't do anything. It's, the weights that we have are too heavy. There's always body weight movements that you can do, You'll get a good exercise in until you feel comfortable, So
I love it. I tell you, like, you guys are a gym, literally a gym, but also GEM gym,
yeah.
like a
Oh,
diamond
thank
in the rough.
you.
Because, like I said, it's so much more than exercise, and you're so much more than a trainer. And you guys just have an awesome community. I'm so grateful to be a part,
Well,
and
thank
I hope
you.
you guys have learned a lot. Through what you've heard, maybe been encouraged, to, hey, check them out virtually, if you can't come physically, or come physically if you can, because we'd love to see you. And Jecenta, tell us, what you guys have going on now, where can we follow you? How can we connect with you?
Yes. So, yes, of course, the new year is coming up, but we just want you to not necessarily, and I don't like to say new year, new you, because it's really, we want you to be the best version of you, and that starts with a mindset of commitment. And I tell people all the time, just start with committing to making a commitment to say, hey, let me do this for me. And that's really what it was for me. I had to make a commitment, when I saw my son and I couldn't run after him. What am I going to do to better myself? you know?
Mhm.
Yes, you can follow us on Facebook, E3 Fitness NC. Same thing on Instagram, E3 Fitness NC. And of course, if you guys have any questions, feel free to go to our website, and it's the same thing, www.e3fitnessnc.com. And you can find all of our information. We offer a 3-day trial, so you can try us out. Even if you want to do it virtually, you can try us out virtually as well. So we would love to see you in the gym or virtually, and starting the new year off right.
Yes, 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 yes. I love it. And that's the thing. It's like, don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today.
I
So
love that. I
let's
love that.
just go, right? Just,
Yeah.
use the time that you have wisely to be able to live your best, most productive life.
Yeah.
Because again, it's not just exercise, but even exercise alone does so much,
Mhm. Yes.
decreases stress, of course, healthier weight management, lowers
Mhm.
blood pressure, helps with blood sugar. I mean, just
Yes.
so many things, your energy, your mood, everything is just so much better. So
Yeah.
it helps you to do what you're trying to do more effectively, and it even blesses the people around you when you have that time that you take care of yourself first,
Yes.
because
Yes.
you can't pour out from an empty pitcher. So
Yes. I love
I am
that.
just so thankful that you came and spent some time with us
Well,
today.
thank you.
I enjoy, like I said, just love you to pieces. And I just hope, and trust that you guys will continue to just
Mhm.
flourish. Everybody, I hope you got value. If you did, hashtag value in the comments. Let us
Yes.
know if you saw this live, you're watching live, or if you're catching a replay. You can just hashtag live, hashtag replay.
Mhm.
And we'll definitely make sure that you're able to get connected with E3 Fitness NC and
Yes.
Miss Jecenta Obie. She's
Yes.
awesome. And I thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of
Thank you,
Aspire Thursdays.
guys.
Happy New
Happy New
Year!
Year.